Welcome and good morning to another episode of the Brand Couch here in Reykjavik in Iceland at Charge Energy Branding. I am on the couch with Colin from Morpho Energy. Morning, Colin.
Good morning.
Tell us a little about who you are and what your company does.
Oh, wow. Who am I? Boy, that's longer than we have, right? So Morpho Energy, I'm the Chief Communications Officer. I'm also one of the co-founders of Morpho Energy. We're based in Los Angeles. And there's probably some story there because I want to talk about Iceland and renewables, and because that's why we're here, right? But we're based in Los Angeles. We work in the commercial industrial solar space. So we're putting solar panels, solar systems on rooftops, on parking lots. And it's not residential, but it's commercial because we believe that all those empty rooftops, we see some out here just looking out this window here, are just there for their idle assets.
Unused space, right? Yeah.
You know, that the building owners can utilize to generate revenue and also generate power.
So when you're talking, you sound like you've been running this corporation for the last 25 years, which is entirely untrue because it's just literally a year old, right?
Yeah, we were founded in January of last year, in 2021. And, still by veterans in the space. And I've got a number of years in branding and marketing and in and around environmental concerns and sustainability and renewables. But we came together, to prove a thesis. And having validated that, and having proven that we've got a business model that actually can not only serve a niche, but expand into the markets the way we envisioned when we founded it, with some refinement, right? Now we're actually in a place where we can begin to communicate the value of all this. We just got fully capitalized just 3 months ago.
Yeah, right.
So it's relatively new, but at the same time, it comes from a long lineage of having done this type of work.
So, going from a real proper bootstrap startup to now a hopefully important player, right, within that niche. How do you sort of build that brand going from here?
How do I build it?
Yeah.
Where I start is I think about, well, how did I get into this in the first place? And what do I believe, what are the brand values I bring? What are the personal values I bring to this? And so how does that become purposeful and meaningful work? And in defining that, then I look around and have conversations with my partners and the new hires we're bringing on and just get a sense of what really motivates them. And it's not about motivation, not saying, hey, let's get fired up and excited and smile a lot. It's about really why are you here? And it may be, in some cases, a lot of companies, just get a paycheck for a salary. We're not really hiring for that right now. We're hiring more for you're aligned with a startup with some risk, but also a lot of growth potential. You're aligning with renewables. You're aligning with serving a market that is complex, that has customers that have some really unique needs across all their properties. So right now it's kind of a dialogue, a stress testing and alignment internally to figure out, well, what do we really stand for and what might be important about that to our customers.
And then new hires and new talent, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Is that just as a side question, being in a super competitive market that you're in, do you find it easy or very hard to get the right people on board with a new brand in your bag?
It takes a certain stomach for a relatively new company.
Yeah.
I think what we've had, just even recent success, the ease has come with just presenting ourselves as competent, excited, and passionate about what we do, but also just great benefits package. Yeah. Remote working, a lot of autonomy, not micromanaging. There's a lot of things just in the kind of the post-COVID world. Yeah. That have made it easier for how we're accustomed to working with more diversity and with some self-discipline and being self-starters that is more easily translatable to people that are working post-COVID. So it's a competitive market, but it's made it more expensive.
Yeah, obviously. Right.
But I think we're doing well so far with it.
I had a conversation yesterday where someone said the war on talent is over, talent has won.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're obviously experiencing that too. So, but looking back at sort of the way you are now, right? This is a classic sort of situation where you go from startup to becoming a real company, if you will. So you have an identity, right, which means something. Iterate a bit on that. Where is this going? Where does it come from? Why is the butterfly there? And what are you thinking here?
Yeah, it's interesting because even one of my partners says, we have a butterfly for a logo. It's not the most strongest, powerful. It's certainly not we're in Iceland, so it's not a Viking. But what's interesting about a butterfly is it's a symbol of transformation. We're talking about the energy transition. We talk about transforming to the electrified economy. That's what we stand for, and we join a lot of others in that regard. But we see it as an icon of transformation to go from a caterpillar into a cocoon and then come out as almost a completely quote unquote animal. This is amazing scientific biological feat. So it's a symbol of transformation, but at the same time, I work in an area called biomimicry as well, adjacent to this. So it's nature-inspired innovation. And the Morpho butterfly, which is our emblem, has actually been emulated. Its strategy of how it produces color has been emulated in paints and in displays for like watches and types of things to reduce energy consumption, because how it bends and refracts light with bending it, and also reflects light in this brilliant kind of iridescent blue. There's no pigment there. It's all bending and reflecting light in a certain way that creates that visual for you. So why not take an icon of transformation and discovery that's also about taking light and using it in a certain way, and we're a solar company.
Nice. Final question,
Yeah.
because this is obviously quite a deep subject, but if we would have this conversation in 5 years,
5 years.
in Iceland, where are you? Not you, but like the company as such. What do you think?
In 5 years, I think I'm probably on the board of this company, and we are a major player. I want to. The word comes to mind. I want to say dominant, but I don't think that's the way to play so much. Collaborative, But we're having a significant impact in a lot of markets. I'd like to see us move into European markets as well, but probably mostly North America. But 5 years from now, I'd like to be shining a light on the great work we've done, the impact we've made, and against environmental and social and governance as well, things we talk about here. But I'd like to have built something that's what we're envisioning right now. And I'd like to have created a company that people just love to work for.
There you go. Colin, thank you very much for this super conversation.
Appreciate it.
Do you have a website?
We do.
And it is?
It is morphoenergy.com.
All right. So morphoenergy.com. Check them out. Follow their journey. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
Great.